I have the Dior concealer on one side of my face, and on the other side it is completely bare. So in this video, I want to tell you about whether I think you should buy the Dior concealer. Do I think it's worth adding to your collection? Let's get into it. I'm basically just gonna be holding my camera for the entire video, so honestly, let's just pray for me here. I wanna put it on for you guys first so that you guys can see it in action. So first of all, it comes with this little like brush applicator, which is so different and so cool. It's literally got bristles like hairs. You know, that's what you get when you pay a little bit more. Like, it's just the components and the packaging are a little bit more luxurious. I'm gonna pop this right here because I do have a bit of darkness here. I know everyone's like into this lately, but I just do this entire thing. One thing I will say is that it is very, very light. So it's extremely lightweight. You don't feel like you're wearing anything after it dries down. It's not sticky, it's not tacky, but can you guys see how flat this looks? It doesn't look hollow, it just kind of blends in with the rest of my skin, and that's exactly the effect that we're gonna get with this concealer. I wanted to jump into the most important part, just the try on, and then we can talk about the claims and everything after. So for me, I like to press it in with a sponge, and it is a little bit damp just to get everything kind of flowing. But the one thing that I did notice with this concealer is that it does crease on the eyelids. So you definitely want to set it with a powder right away because it will look very, very smooth, except for a tiny little line that forms pretty much immediately after. So it's not great for the upper lid, but it is pretty freaking phenomenal for just covering any dark circles. I have the shade, what shade am I in? 2W. I have the shade 2W. I'm kind of like, I'm in a bikini, so this is perfect, but I'm kind of like a warm undertone, like I'm like olivey a little bit. So if you guys look kind of like to my skin tone, that would be perfect for you. I'm going to the beach later, which is why I'm in my bathing suit. But yeah, so just pressing this into the skin, and you're immediately gonna get like this a lot brighter, a lot more lifted. Like for me, this feels a little bit heavy. I probably wouldn't wear this much concealer, but I just want to show you how much coverage can be built up with this concealer. Yeah, it is insane. So I know a lot of you guys probably do your under eyes, but I also like to do down the center of my nose, a little bit on my temple and that kind of a thing, and just highlight those points. So let me show you how that looks. I'm literally getting an arm workout right now. I'm traveling, so I decided that I'd bring a carry-on. And I was like, I'll just like make it work. And I didn't bring my tripod, so this is what we're working with here. So it also performs really well for highlighting. This is like definitely my winter shade, so this is extremely bright for me. But they have a really wide range of colors so that you can just kind of like find your exact match. And the formula itself, if you've ever smelled anything Dior, it smells like Dior. So it smells really luxurious. But it does a really good job of highlighting and brightening and blending really smoothly into the skin. Do you see that? Just look how much extra light was added to my forehead. It's such a good concealer. Now, for me, I actually just bought this and I was like, I'll return it after I'm done my review. Like a lot of the times I don't keep a lot of things that I review because sometimes I find them just average. But in this case, I was like, I'm going to spend $60 or however much it was on this concealer because it is so damn good. So that's how it looks for highlighting. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, I use it to actually conceal my pimples and stuff. So at the moment, yeah, like I do have a bit of scarring, so we can do that, but because I am tanned, I don't have that much like imperfection, so let's just try here. So when it comes to actually concealing, it's not as powerful for texture, I find. It is really good for covering up redness, but if you do have like a bit of a bump, because it is somewhere on the satin finish, it's not matte, it's not dewy, it's right in between, you are gonna get some of that texture peeking through. But let me just show you. So do you see how quickly that kind of just like erased? I'm covering up some birthmarks here just so you guys can see, but it really does a good job. Sorry if the camera's shaking. It does a really good job of covering up color, just not as much texture. I was using this concealer in the winter a lot for a replacement for my foundation. So I'd literally use it all over my face. You'd need about like 5 kind of like swipes, and it can completely clear foundation. Like it works that way. It's not too cakey. You don't see the texture on your skin or doesn't cling to your dry patches. This is a really versatile concealer. It can act as a foundation, covering up your under eyes, like covering up any imperfections, that kind of a thing. So I am obsessed with this concealer. Now let's take a look at the packaging, things that are like a little bit less important, but if you care about that kind of stuff. So it looks like it is really small and this is not gonna last you, but let me tell you, a little bit goes a long way. So you get about 0.37 fluid ounces, which is perfect. And it comes in this like really sleek packaging. It does feel a little bit heavy, and yeah, just the packaging itself is really stunning. So this almost looks like a frosted glass, but it is actually plastic. So if you're clumsy, this will be perfect for you. If you're traveling, this will also be perfect for you. And by the way, guys, it's 11 milliliters. So if you're putting this on your carry-on, I'm just like in that headspace because I am traveling right now. This is perfect for flying. You've got this like beautiful embossed, hello? You've got this really beautiful embossed lid here. It's honestly just the details. And let me show you. I just want to show you this brush. Actually, I'm just going to wipe off the excess so that you guys can see what the texture of this brush is, because it is so unique. Sorry, one sec. I know the camera's not like perfectly focused. Okay, so look at this. It's an actual brush. It's like a makeup brush on the tip of this applicator. It is really, really good because look at this little point here. Ugh, one sec. Let me just see if I can get it to focus. Hello? Okay, I'm gonna have to insert some B-roll. But look at this little point here. Look how easily it can get into this area here. I always find with doe foot applicators, it is a little bit more work. If you like concealing or you like highlighting your, it's just like frozen. I was like, if you like, your upper lip, like your Cupid's bow, this is gonna be perfect because it gives you a lot of control and a lot of precision. Now, I kind of like said in the beginning of the video, but like, do I think it's worth the money? The experience of this concealer, forgetting the performance, the experience of this concealer alone, just the weight of it is so luxurious. It smells delicious. The brush of it is like A+. The actual performance of the concealer is amazing. Do I think it's worth all the TikTok hype? Yeah, I do. Look at my skin right now. Guys, I'm gonna step out into the balcony so that you guys can see it in the natural light. I am literally shook. Like, what? Hold on, wait. There. Look at, there's no like, this is all smooth. I recently tried what was that? NARS. I recently tried like the NARS finishing powders. Remember that? Like, I'll just drop the video in here above so that you guys can see what I'm talking about. But basically, I feel like it gives you the effect of a finishing powder with just a concealer. I always find that whenever I put a concealer on, I'll put a finishing powder and everything just looks so much smoother. But with this, it's like a 2-in-1. I don't feel like I need a finishing powder aside from having to, see what I mean? Aside from having to set this, you really don't need a finishing powder with this, which is like, this concealer is like, has superpowers. Let me show you these creases a little bit better so that you guys can see already. It's like one little line. So yeah, do I think you should get it? Do I think it's worth a TikTok hype? 1000%. If you guys have seen any of my other videos, usually I end off my videos with just like, it was cool, it was okay, it didn't blow me away. This freaking blew me away. And yeah, I think it's worth the money. I think you should get it. And that is it. Hopefully this review has been helpful. My name is Michelle and I do videos on this channel here on makeup and fashion. So if that's your vibe, make sure that you're hitting subscribe. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you guys next week. Bye.